for one thing I won't leave without, and they I ain't wanna tell you niggas I ain't want this. Look, I can't hear from nothing, now we in the house. Look, I can't hear for one thing I won't leave without, and they said we won't make it, that ain't slow us down, and they counted me out, but they gonna know now. I'm prepared for this. You don't know how long I had to stare for this. I've been praying for this. The fucking underdog ain't playing with this. Going with my gut, go against the wind. They gon' see a legend when they look at him. Look at all the work that I've been putting in. Winners never quit and quitters never win. But I think it's time to get a little arrogant. I try to keep it humble, but it's wearing thin. It's time to fucking finish the comparisons. Put that on everything. Time to show them that I want this more than everything. I'm ready. I can see confetti already. The city is yelling, the metal is heavy. And hey, by the way, we love champagne, so please make sure the extra bottles are ready, because you know how the story go. We could go toe to toe. The underdogs ain't worried though. You know what that means when the trumpets blow. Yes, please understand that every little thing gon' go as planned. Matthew verse 24:31. When them trumpets blow, it's over, man. Woo. This a game winner. We the underdogs, but we came with it. This a game winner. I ain't got the time to be playing with them. This a game winner. We the underdogs, but we stay winning. They try to play with us. Had to hit them niggas with the game winner. Been going at it since day one. I've been dreaming about this shit since grade one. Young champ couldn't wait until that day come. When I turn into a great one, when the days come. Never needed a cosign. Knew that I would get there on my own time. Young boy with a dream and some dope rhymes. I was waiting till it's go time. When it's go time, if you don't look, then how you gon' find? It's always right there, but everyone's blind. Fuck the limits, no stopping, no line. Invest in yourself and pay a hater no mind. I hate a realistic dude. If you don't have faith, please leave the room. I guess we see the world through different views. I got the world to gain and they shit to lose. That's why I'm asking what's up. Next time I ain't gon' ask so nice, I'ma master fuck up. They pass good luck up. I just took the doubt and I turned it into fuel and I gas the fuck up. It's about time they call me in. They finally let the ballers in, and I've been going harder since. I turn my TV on, see some niggas I go harder than. Woo. This a game winner. We the underdogs, but we came with it. This a game winner. I ain't got the time to be playing with them. This a game winner. We the underdogs, but we stay winning. They try to play with us. Had to hit them niggas with the game winner. Can't hear from nothing, now we in the house. Look, I can't hear for one thing I won't leave without, and they said we won't make it, that ain't slow us down, and they counted me out, but they gonna know now.
We running up them numbers, we running up on neighbors. We don't got no good karma left. We running out of favors, yeah. Dabs and hugs don't pay the rent. Never seen an angel sent to the side of town I live, so I reap while they repent. My role models were finesses. Papa kept pills in the dresser, gave me 40 and I flipped them. I ain't even feel the pressure. Never learned to press a shirt, never learned to tie a tie. Cause I seen my parents' checks and I seen they tired eyes. If we could've paid for college, hell I might have been a lawyer, but that probably wouldn't work. I'm too motherfucking loyal. I've got too many people counting on me. So it's go time, crunch time, night time, sleep time, wait time, work time, no time, make time. Luck is just something that you make. If they don't want to give, you take. Go time, crunch time, night time, sleep time, wait time, work time, no time, make time. Luck is just something that you make. If they don't want to give, you take.
I I am not proud of what I've been, but I'm proud of where I came from. Drowning in a drink, going brain dumb. Waking up with strangers, don't know where they came from. Turned my life around and I started building kingdoms. All I do is work, not funny how it works out. Ain't no time to take her on a date, don't have a girl now. I guess that's a trade-off, guess I had to fade off to finally find the time to figure out what I was made of. Ay, give me space, love, I got shit to prove. I don't do this for no pay stub. I know that you hate the way it separates us, but success is something I need me a taste of. So it's
go time, crunch time, night time, sleep time, wait time, work time, no time, make time, like it.
how it works out. Ain't no time to take her on a date, don't have a girl now. I guess that's the trade-off, guess I had to fade off to finally find the time to figure out what I was made of. Ay, give me space, love, I got shit to prove. I don't do this for no pay stub. I know that you hate the way it separates us, but success is something I need me a taste of. So it's
go time, crunch time, night time, sleep time, wait time, work time, no time, make time, like it's just something that you make. If they don't want to give, you take. Go time, crunch time, night time, sleep time, wait time, work time, no time, make time, like it's just something that you make. If they don't want to give, you take. Lately I've been stressed out, I'ma be alright though. Move a mile a minute, cause any day I might go. Can't take the cash when the coffin hit the ground, so I'm blowing all this money like I'm trying to cool it down. I ain't never had shit but a dream, and the mama telling me I can be anything that I wanna. I don't watch television, got enough bad news. If you back me in a corner, I do what I have to. If you see me doing well, it's because I went and got it. Making something out of nothing, turning problems into profit, man. Impossible is nothing if you treat it like it ain't. That's why I treat it like it ain't. I don't know, it's just the way I am. My eyes bleeding red until the AM. Hallelujah, I still moving when the day end. All my demons chasing me, I gotta slay them. I don't have the time to be patient. I got a lot up on my mind, trying to see the silver lining, but I don't have the time to be patient. I got a lot up on my mind, trying to see the silver lining, but I don't have the time to be patient. They tell me to relax every time I tell them no. They confused cause I'm heating up, but still I'm hella cold. It ain't coincidental that my dentals never show. I ain't got a lot to smile about until I get the gold. See, my standard's so high, but I'm sitting so low. Forget how they used to treat you, that's a big no. Watch the body count climb when we kill 'em with success. I need everything and nothing less. I don't know, it's just the way I am. My eyes bleeding red until the AM. Hallelujah, I still moving when the day end. All my demons chasing me, I gotta slay them. I don't have the time to be patient. I got a lot up on my mind, trying to see the silver lining, but I don't have the time to be patient. I got a lot up on my mind, trying to see the silver lining, but I don't have the time to be patient. One last thing, I like singing sad songs. That's how I deal with depression, so don't clown me like that's wrong. I'm not less of a person, cause I talk about my feels. If I never ever did, how the fuck could I be real? It's that motivation music, yeah, I wrote it for myself. Cause when I start feeling low, no one can save me but myself. This for me, I know who I am inside. Still I'm working like I'm never satisfied. I don't know, it's just the way I am. My eyes bleeding red until the AM. Hallelujah, I still moving when the day end. All my demons chasing me, I gotta slay them. I don't have the time to be patient. I got a lot up on my mind, trying to see the silver lining, but I don't have the time to be patient. I got a lot up on my mind, trying to see the silver lining, but I don't have the time to be patient. Everything I love been flying away. I just kinda feel like dying today.
All right, test. There we go. Got it working. Oh, God. It's been a day trying to set everything back up. Every single time I open up Streamlabs, it's always got something that didn't get saved or whatever. So I had to fix some, spend some time on my camera. But here we are. I don't have hair grease in my whatchamacallit hair today. So we're going dry. All right. Going in dry. All right. So let's talk about some things. I got some altcoins I want to talk about, some things to keep an eye on. And the coins I'm going to be talking about, there's no specific targets in place that I would say is a good point to take profit. Obviously, that's going to be all based off of Fibonacci retracements, what you feel like is comfortable, depending on your portfolio. But the coins that we're going to be taking a look at are coins that are similar to Link and ADA in terms of price structure. Getting past those resistances that will allow to, start looking into price discovery, where you could buy into it and hold on to it for a good amount of time. And you guys know the strategy that I like to work with when it comes to price discovery. It's all based on the RSI 50. You're looking for the bounces. As soon as you start seeing rejections, that's when you start exiting your position. So that's going to be saved for the later part of the stream. We're going to be focused on Bitcoin. Not a whole lot to talk about on Bitcoin. Things are pretty much sitting the same. The daily does have something interesting on it that I do want to keep an eye on. As well as that, we have been building a 7-day diagonal support. You guys know me. If it's not 30 days, it's not like a consistent. It's not something that I would truly put my money on. But 7 days is starting to head in the right direction. And we're starting to head towards that diagonal resistance with a diagonal support. So there is a potential for a breakout here, but more than likely we will see a breakdown. My personal, what I really want to see happen is we do have another bearish divergence, a hidden bearish divergence on, I believe, the 12-hour or the daily. I'll check in 1 second. And I do want us to actually come down into the red on the MACD histogram and still hold convergence. I think if we can continue to get those bearish divergences stacking up while still holding bullish convergence, it could actually start flipping around the sediment a little bit. More people are bearish than bullish. I know that for sure. But the funding rate is still holding strong. I do want the funding rate to go into the negative. Actually, I guess positive. No, it would be negative, right? All right. So I don't want that to flip around. I do want people to get caught in short positions, just for the whales to have a little bit more incentive to actually push the price up for liquidations. I'm just trying to think about what they might do in a certain situation, so I can pick up the breadcrumbs. All right, I'm a little shark. I'm trying to become a whale, but I gotta just pick up the scraps that they leave behind. All right, even if it is just krill. Are you playing in normal speed? Something seems off. Am I talking too fast? I think I'm playing in normal speed. Maybe I'm just talking too fast. Well, I'll try to slow it down for you. I'm sorry, buddy. Let's say hello. John, how you doing, man? Curiosity, what's going on? Hashtag raffle. Bitcoin Hyper, what's going on, man? AK. Crypto Half-Life, thank you for your forgiveness. I'm so sorry. So I take showers in the dark just because I think it's soothing. So sometimes I end up staying in the shower for like 25, 30 minutes. Not really good for my water bill, but I like it. So I forgot that I'm supposed to live stream in like literally 10 minutes of heading in the shower. So your audio is not synced. Oh no. Let me see. Okay, so let me know. When I'm talking like this, is the audio coming in before my mouth makes the movement or after? I need to know so I can set the delay. Because I have processing going on for the audio, and what ends up happening is there's a delay from the processing that can't match up with the video. So some people can notice it because I notice it, but I don't think it's a big enough difference for it to warrant like me trying to like sit there and tweak it. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, if I wanted to get rid of like EQ and all that and just go straight, actually, let me see if. Okay, let me turn this off because this would help a ton. All right, so on Adobe Audition, right here, adaptive noise reduction. I don't need that because I have RTX voice, and this actually takes up a lot of processing and causes it to actually have a bigger delay. But to get rid of the background noise, got dynamic processing, EQ, all that stuff. All right, so that should be a little bit better, relatively. All right, so let's start talking about price action so we can go ahead and get into those altcoins because I don't want you guys to miss out. Unfortunately, one of the altcoins that I was going to recommend on Livestream today actually had a breakdown. Now, I did buy into it at the point that I'm going to say, and I also bought into the point where, it broke down to. So I did get 2 DCA positions in. That coin is Comp. I don't know a whole lot about it, but I've heard from many people that it's a decent coin to watch out for. And I'm basically trading this off of pure technicals. I usually don't like to do that. I like to make sure that I have some sort of like, not emotional attachment, but a logical reason for being in that coin. I want to see functionality, all that good stuff. So there's still a lot of research that I have to do on it, but just from what I've heard and from what I've, the articles I've read, it's a decent coin to pick up. So that is something on my watch list in particular. It's like watching an old Kung Fu movie. I'm so sorry. All right. Your brain is on another level. Like I said, some people can catch it if they really pay attention to my mouth versus the audio. But it should be within like a couple milliseconds. I think the delay I have is 80 milliseconds or something like that. All right. So let's go ahead and head out to the daily. I'll talk about that first. We'll start working our way in. And then start talking about some of the things that could work out on the smaller time frames. All right, so on the daily chart, you guys know from last time we had this logarithmic curve up here. It's just something that I want to have there just in case. I don't think it's going to actually work out, just my opinion. But I saw the curve. I want to make sure that I draw that out just in case. Typically, I only do this on macro time frames for macro bull runs. But I think it's something that you could start using on some little bit smaller time frames. All right, so on the daily chart, this is what I was talking about earlier. We do have a higher high on the MACD histogram, as well as a lower high. I'll change the color of this to purple so you can see where that divergence is actually laying. And sorry, I just woke up 2 hours ago, and it takes my body so much time to wake up. So it's like my eyes are kind of droopy, but we're here. We're here, and we're going to make sure that we get the best information out. All right, so that's where the divergence is sitting. So that is something in the back of my mind, something that could actually propel us down. As long as it doesn't propel us past the $88 to $8,600 support, I'm more than confident on convergence holding, as well as that being able to use that momentum for the upside. It really comes down to this diagonal resistance. And this one is not exact with the macro downtrend, but it's pretty damn close. So I'm just going to keep that there. I'm not going to have the entire thing spread out. So that's something I'm watching out for. But we talked about some of the targets. If we did have a breakdown past the $8,600 point, more than likely we would see momentary support around $8,150. More than likely, small bounce, maybe a retest back up to $8,600. Maybe a rejection before moving back on to the $7,800 to $7,600 region. If the $7,600 to region does not hold, I would be expecting around $6,700. All right, now the reason why $6,700 would be the most important support in that whole equation is because if we held support there for a good period of time, that would actually be looking like a inverse head and shoulders on a macro time frame that a lot of people would probably be looking to get into a long on. So that's like the last real support that I would like to see hold. If we do get below that, things start, going a lot more bearish in my mind up until that point. Past that point, sorry. But that's that. We do have it's too early to kind of call this, but I would say this is kind of like a bull flag on the RSI. Now, from the past couple of months, from what I've seen, especially on smaller time frames, you will have, a pattern on price action and then a pattern on RSI. And what I've done a lot of the times is I'll trade the pattern on RSI rather than price action. Find a way to make the two work together. So with the bull flag being this is what I'm seeing right here. We got flagpole, and then we got flag. Okay. There is a chance for us to actually pump up to the upside. I think, with the altcoins getting a little bit of piece of the pie, I think eventually, once those things start to settle down, some of that is going to come back into Bitcoin. And with the profits made from those, there could be a good pump coming in on Bitcoin. Stochastics still looking good on the daily chart. Those are probably the most excellent thing out of the 3 indicators that we have shown here today. It's holding above the 50. It's got past that diagonal resistance. So the stochastics are actually really shining right now on the daily chart. That is something to be excited about. So let's go ahead and move down to the 4 hour. Now the 4 hour is what the indicators, I don't really care about those on the 4 hour. The only thing that's really of interest to me is the RSI is above the 50. Trying to go for a triple bounce, maybe put in an inverse head and shoulders. Who knows? The MACD histogram does have, maybe that's just bearish convergence. Yeah, bearish convergence, I would call that. So nothing too exciting. But that is coming off of a bullish divergence. So flip that script that we've been talking about. That could be a way for us to get downwards. All right. But the stochastics is above the 50 as well. The only thing concerning with the stochastics on the 4 hour would be that M pattern. We talk about this M pattern quite a lot on the stochastics. Now, recently, the 4 hour has not been a shining thing to really take advantage of. But you do want to just keep that in the back of your head. All right, so we've talked about a little bit about Bitcoin. I'll start going through some of the altcoins that I'm taking a look at, and I'm particularly watching for certain resistances to break to add to my stack or get into it in general. Never Settles, what's going on, man? Crippler, what's going on, man? Kung Fu Kite. Really want to stay. I got some income tax test coming. Need to finish that up. Can you do some T on ETH link, please? Absolutely. I'll make sure that's in the live stream for you. So when you come back, yeah, after you did that, I went and looked, and you didn't look at the log line over the top of the price. The log line over the top of price. Oh yeah, if you're talking about the macro downtrend, yeah, that's what I was saying. It's not the same as this one right here, but it's decently close. So that's why I'm just keeping that one, keeping it short and sweet, not having 1,000 lines all over my screen. All right, so the first one I want to talk about is Basic Attention Token. You guys know me. This is one of the ones I've been talking about for months. And this one does have just a couple more resistances for it to really start popping off. Now, the 4 hour technicals are not looking that great. Let's go ahead and look at the daily real quick. 1 day. Let's see. We did get a double bottom off of the 50. That's a good thing. Stochastics have crossed back to the upside with a double bottom. As well as that, they're not too far up there yet. We're just starting to creep past the 50 on the stochastics. Let's look for any bullish divergences. Bullish convergence off of a, well, that's bullish convergence. Yeah, I don't see anything immediate on the MACD. So obviously this is a little bit easier to kind of look at and see what the macro momentum is. Obviously that would be our support there. The resistance that I'm speaking of is about 28 cents. My particular personal pickup is at I think 0.28834 is what I'm looking to pick up at. So it's actually, no, it might not be that. It might be 28834. So somewhere around there. It's right above that resistance. It's a little bit more risky than what I'm used to taking, but with the chance for this to actually take a run off, I just want to make sure I get my money in there as quick as possible. Obviously, the last resistance to be broken before continuation would be about 32.3 cents. After that, it should be price discovery. If you have bought Basic Attention Token before 32.8 cents or 33.3 cents, I forgot which one I said, and we do get past that resistance, I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just saying what I'm going to do. I'm going to hold it. Okay, I'm not going to take profits at any certain point unless the RSI shows me. And obviously, off of the daily, we already have 2 bounces off of the 50 on the RSI. So I'm probably going to be looking at the daily for a rejection off the 50 in order for me to take my profits on that run. So that's Basic Attention Token. I think there's a lot of potential there. Now, I mean, if we were to just do a basic measurement on this, like I said, I don't really get too much into targets because this is price discovery. Anything could happen. But just off of Fibonacci retracement scale, if we were to consider this it could go down for a 2 over here. But If we do happen to break past that beforehand, 66 cents would probably be a good estimate of what this could get to. So almost 100% growth. So pretty exciting. See if that works out. Next one up on the list would be, which one would did I have on there? It was basic attention token. Let me go look at my Telegram real quick because I had these all lined up last night. Oh, as well as XMR. How can I forget XMR? I'm so stupid. All right, so XMR, there's a lot more price history on XMR than there is basic attention token. But we can see that we're kind of building an ascending triangle here. So my personal pickup point would be right above this resistance at about 71.27. That's where I'll be looking to pick it up. And that would be looking like a double bottom, relatively. Obviously, we got a much lower low over here. But I would love to pick some up there, hold on to it, see what it can do, because really the only two resistances that we have to get past for it to really start gaining steam would be the last one would be $96. Once we get past $96, we have to get past 120, 150, and then it's kind of a smooth gradual grind up. There's not a whole lot of consistent taps except for the bottom side of this. On the resistance side of things, you might have one, maybe two taps in certain regions. Obviously over here, we have 1, 2, 3. So that's why I'm saying that 96 to 120 is going to be a difficult problem. But if we can get past that, I think things will start rising up. You guys know me. I think XMR is going to be very similar to how Bitcoin grew. I've been looking at some of the price predictions for it for the upcoming years. Some people are talking about $500. I personally believe that it'll be worth much, much more. Obviously, I don't have anything factual to back that up. It's just a feeling. Just because it came in the same way that Bitcoin did. It kind of was off the radar. Not a whole lot of people talk about it. The criminal organizations pick up on it because of the utility case of it. So there is a demand for it. As well as that, once it starts getting more popular, I think things will start popping off. So XMR, been talking about it for a while. I think it's a really good pickup, especially if we can break this last resistance. And I think I would just hold on for it for a little bit until it shows signs of really turning back around. So that's XMR. Last one is going to be Comp. Comp just got hit on Coinbase. So we did have a little bit of a downside. And there's not a whole lot of price history, but we do have a, what's the word I want to use? Expansion phase? Is that what it's called? But we can see right here, we have a straight diagonal resistance going on the way down, two lower supports here. So, I mean, if it was to get past this last wick, I think I would sell it for a momentary brief moment because there's not a whole lot of safeguard here. There's nothing for me to really say that we can fall back onto. So I have taken 2 DCAs. I took one right before we broke out at 171, and I took a DCA down here at this last support, double bottom at 163. So I'm holding on to those two DCAs. Comp, it works with DeFi. It's a way to, it's basically, if you own coins, you can have votes in how the interest rates and all that stuff is going to go. So I think it's a good thing to have, especially strong off of technicals. If we could have a break off of this, I'm not saying it's going to be a couple 100%, but definitely 20 to 30% is likely if you were to have a breakout of this. I'm pretty sure it's called expansion phase. Hey, Kite, Zcash seems to be doing a little bit better at the moment. What's your thoughts? I'm going to check it out, but I know Zcash is all right. And I think it's just because when I was young and dumb and into altcoins, like super into altcoins and willing to take a risk on anything, I bought so much Zcash and I made so much profit off of Zcash. It was ridiculous because I was in like the whole thing with Bitcoin private. So they were Zcash, or yeah, I think it was Zcash. It had to been Zcash. Was hard forking into Bitcoin private. So I bought a whole bunch of Zcash before this really got popular. And then once, people started buying it for Bitcoin private, I think it pumped up to like $300. No, is this, it couldn't have been Zcash then. Unless this is the Bitcoin comparative. What am I talking about? But no, this is actually looking pretty good. Let me go out to a daily chart here instead of a 15-minute. Zcash kind of has that same thing going on, to be honest. Let's try to even this out. Let's not make it so it's more exact. I mean, dependent on how you're looking at this. All right. I would I'm I don't want to say anything for certain, but that does seem like a buy signal right there. Obviously, if you're connecting, I'm just trying to make sure that I get the average peaks all connected instead of just doing absolutes like this. All right, but even if you were to do absolutes, I think that would be a good buy signal. You had the cool off period. It found a support. You broke that diagonal resistance. Uh, I would, me personally, I would try to hold off for a little bit. I would either wait for this 0.0076 Satoshi resistance to break before I buy in, or maybe come back down to this diagonal support that was created back here. If that can happen, one of those two things, I think I might pick up some Zcash. Thanks for showing me that. I appreciate it. A lot of these coins are showing these signs of actually getting ready to take off. So I think if you're looking at the majority of altcoins, you can kind of see how Bitcoin could actually pump. And we'll take a look at ETH. ETH, it's very easy to read. There's not a whole lot going on in terms of like difficult patterns. But we did get a double bottom. And it does look like we're trying to make a bullish pendant from what I can see on the daily chart. Who knows? It might be a bear flag. I can't really see all that much. I'm trying to stick to the daily so I can give more consistent advice on these coins. Let's go ahead and clear this up. All right, so it has gotten 2 consecutive bounces off of the 50. So that's a good thing for Ethereum. And we've been watching this resistance right here. This resistance in particular, 250. That's what I'm looking at for my breakout. Okay. If we can get a breakout buy above 250, I think it would be worth holding. It would be the first step in breaking this diagonal resistance, depending on how you draw it. Obviously it's a general location. It is not an exact point in time. But I think if we can break that diagonal resistance as well as that 250 mark, we can start heading up. We do have a whole lot more resistances on Ethereum than other things, but I think it's got a very strong macro pattern, double bottom, higher low. We got a nice arm right here. I think there's a lot of potential for Ethereum as well. Obviously, I think anybody's portfolio should look like this. Obviously, it's all up to you. But I think Bitcoin obviously is going to be your main holder. Ethereum comes second. And then it's really left up to you after that. I don't think there's any other coin besides Bitcoin and Ethereum that you could say are for shores. I think Ethereum is definitely one of the best. Some people debate that it's better than Bitcoin, and there's obviously some truth to that. But I think Bitcoin being the longest standing and obviously it's the main attractor, I think it's still obviously the first thing you want to hold. And then he wanted me to talk about Link. I'm just trying to get this done for Amazing Asian because he asked. Let's see. Link, what I say, guys, what I say. Once we got past that resistance, there's no point in selling something that is in price discovery. All right, so you want to be looking. I would start with the daily. Start with the daily, most definitely. You want to be paying attention to the 50 on the RSI. So if you guys were lucky enough to buy Link before it broke out past that resistance of about $4.90, $4.80, or relatively close to it, my personal opinion, not financial advice, just a 20-year-old kid on the internet. I don't have the product in my hair to add IQ to myself today. So my personal opinion would be hold on to it. There is no downside to this. All right. Obviously, could something come out of the blue and could you crash and pass that resistance? I mean, that's support now. Absolutely. Absolutely you could. But my personal opinion would be if you were lucky enough to get that buy-in, hold on to it. Hold on to it. All right, we talked about this when it was at $5.50. Some people were asking about taking profit. We talked about it at $6.50. Some people were asking about taking a profit. And now we're sitting here at $7.50. You can see, once you get into price discovery, there is going to be a run-up. Don't get greedy. All right. And greediness doesn't just come from saying, oh, I'm going to hold on to it. Now, I'm saying hold on to it because there's a good reason for it. But taking your profit too early on a setup like this is greedy. All right. You're saying, all right, I just want my money. I want it now. I just want to make sure I have my money. But if you're not willing to play the game, you're not going to get rich. All right, guys. You want me to check out Adam? I don't know much about Adam, but I'll read the technicals for you. All right. Adam does have diagonal resistance here, which we are hitting at the moment. So, I mean, if you are trading Adam, I think it would be a good time to just take some profits until that resistance is broken. We have gotten past, well, we're kind of sitting on it at the moment, like literally sitting at it. If you look at the chart here, you can see how it makes this flip right here. So you got flip, flip, and then it holds it, and then it flips again right here. Okay, so we have that support, and we're literally right on it. All right, so that support is at $3.97. Yep, it is the USD comparative. So I would just say for right now, it's either hold on to it if you do believe that it's going to break that diagonal resistance, or just take some profit, and then you can always use that profit to buy back in above that resistance, which is pretty much confirmed safe to do so. Once we get past that diagonal, the next resistance is going to be about $5.32. After that, next resistance is going to be at about $7.10. Once we get past $7.10, I mean, we're pretty much in price discovery once again. So, yeah, same advice goes to that. If you guys are able to pick up Adam at those price points, maybe DCA into it, I think it might be a good idea based off of technicals. Obviously, like I said, I can't recommend this coin. I don't know anything about it. But purely based off of technicals, it's right now it's in a take profit / hold zone with a potential breakout buy and hold after that. So that's my opinion on ETH. Would you mind telling me your YouTube CPM? I'm thinking about starting a crypto YouTube channel. You're not. I mean, I on a given live stream I make like $2 on a live stream from CPM. Nothing much. I don't think YouTube CPM is the way to go anymore. Obviously, as long as you're recommending good information and you're really, just trying your best, I think Patreon would be a good idea for you with your YouTube channel. It's all dependent on what you want to do, man. But, yep, we just talked about the Chainlink pump. I unfortunately was not able to get in. I bought some at like $5. But I wasn't able to get in on like the gold rush. But like I said, I'm holding on to it, and hopefully it does a little bit more. I don't need any particular price targets, but we're just gonna hold on to it. Take a look at RLC USDT pair. LRC USDT. Is this the correct chart that we should be looking at? Let's see. Let's go ahead and just start with this. All right, so I mean, you can see a curve there. As well as that, it has gotten past these two resistances. I don't know if this is all of the price information that I can use. Obviously, the more price, previous price action I can use, the more accurate I can be. But here at about 80 cents is the last resistance. You do have this logarithmic curve going up. You can obviously see that plain as day right here. Obviously, it's kind of just an estimate. I just want to have that there. Who knows if it's going to be more direct to the upside or more gradual. But I would say, I mean, if you bought at 85 cents or maybe even a buy now, it wouldn't be worth, I mean, it would be worth taking a chance and holding on to it based off of technicals. Now, RSI is definitely looking like it wants to put in a double top in the overbought territory. MACD does seem a little bit stressed out, as well as a triple top on the stochastics. But like I said, these things, you could look at them as very, very bearish signs. But I would say play it off of price action, especially where you're at right now, because this same bearish momentum actually can be used as bullish momentum to the upside. We saw this during the 20K bull run on Bitcoin on usually like the 3-day to weekly. Every single time it got back up into the overbought territory, it would come back down pretty quickly, and it would get a bounce off the 50, or maybe if you're looking at a different time frame, it would get a bounce off of the 60. And every single time it does that, it gets more and more exaggerated. So if you can find a coin like that, hold on to it. Based off of technicals, it might be a good idea. What's the ticker for Potcoin? I'll take a look at it. We're in a technical analysis mood today. I listen. I mean, it seems to be sitting at support because I don't think you can get much lower than this, to be honest. But there is upside. I mean, that's the good thing. I mean, obviously you have a very clear support right here. You do seem to be putting in some sort of triangle pattern here for a breakout. Your last resistance is going to be at 192 satoshis to about 248 satoshis. So if you can break that region, you could start pumping. So I mean, maybe it's a good buy. Don't know if I'm going to put my money in it. But I mean, that could be a very good come up if you were lucky enough to get into that. So we'll see. I mean, maybe I might just throw in a couple dollars, like maybe like 0.05% of my portfolio into this. Because I mean, even if it's a long shot and you do make a couple $1,000% off of something that you don't even know about, maybe it is a good idea based off of these technicals. Obviously, if it fell through 66 satoshis, I would probably ditch it right away. But that's already just from that point 45% almost. So that's why I'm saying if you're gonna play this type of altcoin, you need to be extra careful. But at the same time, the payoff could be great. So who knows? Take a look at Nexus, NXS. Okay. Nexus has the same thing going on. All right, you can see it's got a very clear support sitting here. And now the indicators are not looking fantastic on the daily chart, especially the stochastics. But maybe there's a chance for an inverse head and shoulders off of the 50 on this, because you can see we got a shoulder here, head, and then possibly we can get another shoulder. So that could be a situation where you might want to take advantage of that. Let's try to find a good diagonal resistance here. I mean, if you're considering this the diagonal resistance, which there's a lot of empty space, and I usually don't like that. But I mean, I'm trying to find the best average. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, and they kind of, held it consistently down here. So maybe it has broken that diagonal resistance, and now we can start working on horizontal resistances and actually start building an uptrend. So obviously the indicator is the only thing that's worrying me on this. Your first major resistance is definitely going to be at 3,834 satoshis. Once you get past that, your next resistance is going to be right here. You can see where it finds support, finds resistance. That little flipping point would be at 5,473 satoshis. And then your next one, I would say right here would probably be your next major one. That would be at 11,651 satoshis. Next one right here at 17,473 satoshis. And then, I mean, once you start getting past that point, if it ever does, I would say hold, definitely hold. All right, guys. I hope you like the altcoin live stream. I know we really don't talk a whole lot about altcoins unless someone really asks. But don't be afraid to. Obviously, I'm more than willing to take a look at anything, even if I don't know anything about it. I'll tell you what I think off of the technicals. Obviously, I can't tell you what I know off the fundamentals. But I'm more than willing anytime to really sit down and talk about these coins, and see your opinion on it. Why are you asking me to look at the coin? What's the coin about? Why do you think it's going to be a winner in this upcoming, next season maybe, or just crypto season in general? Usually comes around August is when we really start picking up steam on a lot of these coins. There's some truth to the whole saying sell in May and go away. And then, you come back in August and things are popping off. I mean, that's been the cycle a lot of times. Did we look at DGB? I can take a look at DGB before we go. I'm sorry, I've just got somebody coming over. Oh, DGB actually looks pretty good. You do have like a bullish pennant kind of forming up here, as well as that you're sitting above one of your major support lines at about 16 cents. No, 1.6 cents. Now you do have to break past. We're gonna call this a general location because I really can't put an exact line on this. I would say anywhere from about 3 cents to about 2.4 cents. If we can break that resistance, we can start getting into price discovery. Obviously, there's not a whole lot of resistance up here in this region, and then you can start pumping from there. You do seem to have a nice diagonal support on the RSI, as well as that holding support around the 50. This is what we want to see, holding support around the 50 on a higher time frame. That is a good trend indicator that you're sitting bullish. All right. Now, obviously, we do want to see a similar thing coming in on the stochastics, but at the moment, it's not looking too good for the stochastics. Do we have any bullish divergence? Bullish convergence with bearish divergence. So just capitulation in general. I would feel like that's a 50-50 based off of the MACD. There's nothing really decisive about that. All right, John, I got you. One more coin. All right, ICX. And I gotta leave. I'm sorry, guys. I know it's only been 46 minutes. Usually I try to stream for about an hour, but I did get started late today. All right, so ICX actually looks decent as well. Like these are all looking halfway decent just based off of technicals alone. Now, same thing. Stochastics not looking fantastic. RSI not looking fantastic. You do have a bearish convergence on top of bullish divergence, so that could be used to force you to the downside. I would be, just from a feeling. Obviously, I don't trade this coin at all. Don't take my advice. But obviously, the two major points to watch. I'm gonna go based off of the averages here. So consider this your top resistance. I would say 47 cents, 47.76 cents is going to be your next major resistance. If you can get past that, I would say that's a definite hold. But right now at this point in time, I do think you're probably looking to get a down tick, maybe even perhaps to this diagonal support that you're holding here. But it does look like it's coming up as an ascending triangle, which is pretty exciting. For something that you particularly have interest in, to see a bullish pattern, as well as that with, just one major resistance left before things can really start popping off. Those are always exciting. So that's the last coin. That's my recommendation on it. I appreciate it very much, guys. Thank you for showing up as always. Yeah, I'll see you guys on Wednesday. Shameless plug. If you guys want to support giveaways in the future, in the description, I was going to say in the Bybit. In the description, there's a Bybit affiliate link. If you guys deposit 0.05 BTC and start using that account, I collect a small portion of your fees. You're going to be paying fees anyways, so help out the channel, help out yourselves. 80% of whatever goes into that account goes back to the channel in the form of a giveaway. Obviously, the more we collect, either the more winners we can have or the higher prize pools we can have with less winners. It's all dependent on what people want. I tried to ask last time whether people wanted 2 or 4 winners. It really didn't come to a decisive decision, so I just decided on 4. I want to make sure as many people got a chance to win as possible. So I appreciate it very much, guys. Thank you very much, and we'll start saying goodbye. Yeah. Johnny K, it's all right, man. There's a lot of good information on this live stream. We talked a lot about altcoins. The first couple ones is ones that I personally recommend, that I'm personally getting into. Obviously not financial advice. And then we just kind of went through the list of people just talking about what they want to see, all that good stuff. Just a 20-year-old kid on YouTube. Exactly. Chunks, what's going on, man? Unfortunately, what's about to not go on, man? I appreciate you showing up, though. Need more referral links, Kite? No, because the whole purpose is, like, if I'm going to have a referral link, it needs to be able to go back to you guys in some way, shape, or form. If I have, like, a Binance referral link, I just don't want to be the type of YouTuber where you go into the description and it's nothing but like, here, sign up with this, sign up with this, sign up with this. I just want you guys to know that the links in the description have a purpose. There's links to the calculators that we use on this to make trades, and the only two things that really generate revenue is the Patreon and the Bybit affiliate link. So I just don't want to be that guy. That's all. Johnny K, I appreciate it, man. I'm doing absolutely fantastic. Glad you're having a good day too. Mark Truth, thanks, Kite. Catch you later. Catch you later, man. GL, peace, man. Crazy Kangaroo, thanks, man. I appreciate you. I appreciate you as well, man. Thank you so much. The people that really show up every single time, even when things are boring, I appreciate it. Just sitting here talking about altcoins, crypto, life in general. It's really fun. I really do appreciate you guys. And I'm gonna try to get something fun set up in the chat, so it's not just like a chat for me and you guys. There's like games that you can play through Streamlabs bot. Like if you want to gamble your raffle tickets away, maybe win more raffle tickets. I don't know. I just want to make something fun because we trade, and even though we like to make sure that we understand that it's not gambling, everybody likes the feeling of gambling. So maybe I might throw that in the chat so you guys can, either piss away your chance to win or maybe get more chance to win. I don't know. I don't want to put it like that, but I'm sorry. All right, guys. I love you. I appreciate you. And I'll see you guys on Wednesday. Trash comes tomorrow, so I got to get all the trash out of my house, but I appreciate it. Thank you very much, guys. And, yeah, as always, there'll be a nice little song going on after this, but all right, guys. See you on the next one. Bye-bye.
Been hell-bent on moving too fast, but the speed helped me slow down. Musta ate at least a pound. I can't explain the peace I found. If it gives you peace of mind, mama, I promise I'm safe with this shit. I'm drinking plenty of water before even thinking of taking a hit. Oh, I like the way that I feel right now. Just let me be. Just let me be. Oh, I like the way that I feel right now. Just let me breathe. Just let me breathe. Just let me be, just let me be. Oh, I like the way that I feel right now. Just let me breathe, just let me breathe, breathe. I'ma go as hard as I can, Doc. Tell the Grim Reaper, come and take me. I'm not afraid of falling to the very bottom. No death, don't intimidate me. I'll be the blood of a winner. I can feel it all running through my veins. I know this might sound a little crazy to you. You wouldn't understand unless you was me. I'm sick of all the bullies, sick of all the classists. I am done dealing with all of the bitch assness. I am not a cool kid, I am cuckoo if you ask them. Grew up outcasted, happy never lasted. Cruising 99, Aurora be the avenue. Fiends up and down the block searching for a bag or two. Girls selling sex, crazy what your habits how to do. Still your boy, always kept a happy attitude. Stay daydreaming about what I could achieve. Passing grades in every class, but they were all D's. Never felt the school books was the calling for me. No one in my bloodline got a college degree. So we'll make our own way, yeah, we'll make our own way. No, it's not a lot to y'all, but I done came a long way. Used to get lonely, now I like the space. Show the family that we can, think I finally found my place. I'ma go as hard as I can, die. Tell the Grim Reaper, come and take me. I'm not afraid of falling to the very bottom. No death, don't intimidate me. 'Cause I'll be the blood of a winner. I can feel it all running through my veins. I know this might sound a little crazy to you. You wouldn't understand unless you was me. Tell the Grim Reaper, come and take me. Tell the Grim Reaper, come and take me. I've been living life with my guard up. Tough skin, I ain't letting anybody in. You seem nice, so I'm sorry that you gotta deal
with the repercussions of what everybody did. Old friends turn to fiends who would die for grams. When they breathe, hear the wheeze and they diaphragms. Remember you always hated on a crew. Now you trying to put our circles together like Venn diagrams. I can count up all my friends on 2 hands, waving my middle fingers like this is my new dance. I gave them all a shot, I won't give them a new chance. I'm shining all of my own, I glisten like new gems. Oh man, now it don't hurt so much. What I feel when you leave ain't worth your touch. I'm invincible now, you invisible now. I don't do it for the prize, it's the principle now. So
I'ma go as hard as I can, God. Tell the grim people come and take me. I'm not afraid of falling to the very bottom. No death, don't intimidate me. It's how I be the blood of a winner. I'ma feel it all running through my veins. And now this might sound a little crazy to you. You wouldn't understand unless you was me. Tell the grim people come and take me. Tell the grim people come and take me. Take me. Tell the grim people come and take me.
I just wanna feel something, I don't really care if it hurts. Long as it's real and gotta last long. I just wanna feel the wind, even if I gotta fall to feel it. Long as it's true, I don't really care what you say. Just show up, I don't care if you stay. I just need real right now, I just need real right now. I'm tired of forgiving you, I'm tired of being full of love with nobody to give it to. When I wanna have fun, I get ridiculed. When you wanna have fun, you get rid of rules. Creeping on the low, low, giving up a damn right for a couple so-sos. Stay stressed out and it's all my fault. With a 6-digit code on your iPhone. With a phone book all full of code names. So many code names, you don't even know names. If I was you, I'd be stressed as well. Couldn't sleep right, wouldn't be resting well. Cause any second now, you might let the wrong thing slip. Explains why you been so anxious. And I'm the one who gotta build you up. Half empty, I'm the one who fill your cup. It don't take much to make it right with me. Tell me the truth, not just what I believe. As long as I can still feel you, so I don't care where we go. I just wanna feel something, I don't really care if it hurts. Long as it's real and gotta last long. I just wanna feel the wind, even if I gotta fall to feel it. Long as it's true, I don't really care what you say. Just show up, I don't care if you stay. I just need real right now, I just need real right now. I could pretend that I don't care for you, but what's worse, being hurt or scared to love? I'd rather be wrong than too stubborn to know. Wanna be the same me through the sun and the snow, even if that means I crash and burn. Always put logic last and passion first. If my heart's in it, then it just has to work. If we made it this far, then we passed the worst. I'd rather take a whole no than a half yes. Take failed leaps over half steps. No doubts when we thinking on the past tense. Long as it's all real, I don't care what happens. Half of me wants you to go away. Half of me knows this is just a phase. But as long as I can still feel your soul, I don't care where we go. I just wanna feel something, I don't really care if it hurts. Long as it's real and gotta last long. I just wanna feel the wind, even if I gotta fall to feel it. Long as it's true, I don't really care what you say. Just show up, I don't care if you stay. I just need real right now, I just need real right now. Everyone wanna put on, but not everyone got the reach. Wanna take blood, success take cares. Not everyone wanna pay the cost of each. I heard what they gon' do, when they gon' do it. I swear they just talk to speak. Talk is cheap. If I was you, I'd move my legs and lock my beak. Work, you decide what you wanna be worth. Had to learn how to put me first. CEOs don't wanna be clerks. What you put in, probably what you deserve. When I leave Earth, I finally get